The Olympics is supposed to be the best of each nation competing for medals in a non-political venue. Except that every 2 years now, instead of every 4 years, the Olympic has some sort of political issue. It never happens without it being political. So we are going to look for some Olympic weird on today's episode of 5 Weird Things. Spoiler alert, I'm not a fan of the Olympics, so you can kind of see what's coming. Welcome to the channel. The Olympics have been an international dog and pony show for the last several decades. Originally, it was what they claimed, an athletic display between many nations, our best versus their best. But with so many political displays, behind-the-scenes parlor tricks, and it's just become a silly show. I think the boycotting of the games in Russia is the one that really stands out to me. Now, what about you? What is your favorite political silly moment at the Olympics? Please let me know down in the comments. All right, let's get into it. First, stuff we should all know. The Olympics, also known as the Olympic Games, are a leading international sporting event featuring summer and winter sports competitions in which thousands of athletes from around the world participate in a variety of competitions. The Games are considered the world's foremost sports competition with more than 200 nations participating. Now, a quick search on Google shows that the only group that says that is the Olympic Committee. No other website says that. Weird thing number 5, Olympic cheating. Russian doping scandal, the 2014 Sochi Olympics and beyond. A state-sponsored doping program involving Russian athletes was uncovered, involving tampering with urine samples and the use of performance-enhancing drugs. The scandal led to numerous Russian athletes being banned from the Olympics, and the country was barred from competing under its own flag for several subsequent games, including the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics and the 2021 Tokyo Summer Olympics. Lance Armstrong, Sydney 2000 Olympics. Although best known for his Tour de France titles, American cyclist Lance Armstrong won a bronze medal in the time trial at the Sydney 2000 Olympics. After he admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs throughout his career, the International Olympic Committee stripped him of his medal in 2013. Rashid Ramzi, 2008 Beijing Olympics. Bahraini middle distance runner Rashid Ramzi won the gold medal in the men's 1500 meters. However, he tested positive for CERA, C-E-R-A, a new generation of the blood-boosting drug EPO, and was subsequently stripped of his medal in 2009. 2000 Sydney Olympics. Romanian gymnast Andreea Rudican won the all-around gold medal, but she tested positive for pseudoephedrine, a stimulant found in the cold medicine given to her by the team doctor. Despite arguments that the substance did not enhance her performance, she was stripped of her medal. Hope Solo, 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics. While not directly cheating in terms of performance enhancement, Hope Solo, the goalkeeper for the U.S. women's soccer team, was suspended for 6 months by the U.S. Soccer Federation after Rio Olympics for unsportsmanlike conduct. She called the Swedish team a bunch of cowards after their quarterfinal win over the U.S. team. Her comments and behavior brought disrepute to the sport and were deemed unacceptable. You know, this one's not even cheating, but it definitely shows the silly-ass nature and political bullshit that goes on at the Olympics. Weird thing number 4, Olympic murder. During the 1972 Munich Olympics, 11 Israeli athletes and coaches were taken hostage and eventually killed by the Palestinian terrorist organization Black September. The incident began on September 5, 1972, and tragically ended the next day during a failed rescue attempt at the Fürstenfeldbruck Air Base. Eric Liddell, 1936 Berlin Olympics. Eric Liddell, a Scottish athlete who won the gold medal in the 400 meters at the 1924 Paris Olympics, was imprisoned by the Japanese during World War II. He died in a Japanese internment camp in 1945. While not directly related to the Olympics, his death is a tragic end for an Olympic hero. On July 27, 1996, a bomb exploded in Centennial Olympic Park during the Atlanta Olympics, killing 2 people, injuring 111 others. The bombing was carried out by Eric Ralph Rudolph, who was later convicted of the attack. Nodar Kumarishvili, 2010 Vancouver Olympics. Georgian luger Nodar, you heard his last name, died during a practice run on the luge track just hours before the opening ceremony of the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics. He lost control of his sled and crashed, highlighting concerns about the safety of the track. Paralympic tragedy, 2018 Beijing Paralympics. Prior to the start of the 2018 Beijing Paralympic Games, the father-in-law, the American men's volleyball coach, Hugh McCutcheon, was fatally stabbed by a Chinese man in Beijing. The attack also injured McCutcheon's mother-in-law. The assailant then committed suicide by jumping from a balcony. Here's thing number 3, Olympic kneecapping, the attack on Nancy Kerrigan. Now, on January 16, 1994, American figure skater Nancy Kerrigan was attacked after a practice session at the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Detroit. An assailant struck her on the right knee with a collapsible baton, causing her to withdraw from the competition. The attacker was Shane Stant, who had been hired by Tonya Harding's ex-husband, Jeff Gillooly, and her bodyguard, Sean Eckerd. Initially, Harding denied any involvement in the attack, but evidence later emerged that she was aware of the plot before it occurred. She eventually pleaded guilty to conspiring to hinder prosecution. As part of her plea agreement, Harding was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 500 hours of community service, and a $160,000 fine. She was also banned for life by the U.S. Figure Skating Association. The attack and subsequent investigation created a media sensation, dominating headlines and capturing public attention. The story became one of the most infamous scandals in sports history, partly due to the dramatic contrast between Kerrigan's ice princess image and Harding's more controversial persona. Basically, she was trailer trash, and you could tell just by looking at her. Now, the scandal was extensively covered by the media, and in fact, it lived by the media, including television specials, news articles, and tabloid stories, making it a major cultural event of the 1990s. Despite the attack, both Harding and Kerrigan competed in the 1996 Winter Olympics in Lillehammer, Norway. Kerrigan, who recovered from her injury, won the silver medal, while Harding finished in 8th place. Kerrigan received a warm reception and sympathy from the public, while Harding faced significant scrutiny and controversy during the Olympics. The scandal has continued to capture public interest, leading to the production of the critically acclaimed biographical film I, Tonya in 2017. The movie starred Margot Robbie as Tonya Harding. That is a stretch. And Allison Janney as Harding's mother, Lavona Golden. That's a trailer park name. Janney won the Academy Award for her performance. The Harding-Kerrigan saga remains a popular topic in discussions about sports scandals and has been the subject of numerous documentaries, books, and TV specials. It highlights issues related to media portrayal, athletic competition, and personal rivalry. And finally, weird thing number 1, Olympic sex scandals. Hope Solo's revelations. 2012 London Olympics. The U.S. women's soccer goalkeeper, Hope Solo, remember she said that the other team were cowards and they tried to ban her for life. She revealed in her memoir and interviews that there was a lot of sexual activity among athletes in the Olympic Village during the 2012 London Olympics. She mentioned that athletes often hooked up with each other and that some even snuck strangers into their rooms. Condom distribution in the Olympic villages. Since the 1988 Seoul Olympics, it has become common practice to distribute large quantities of condoms to athletes in the Olympic Village. For example, and I'm not exaggerating these numbers here, 450,000 condoms were distributed during the 2016 Rio Olympics, equating to about 42 per athlete. This practice underscores the recognition of the high level of sexual activity that occurs during the Games. 42 per athlete? What do you got for the field? The Larry Nassar incident. The former team doctor for USA Gymnastics was convicted of sexually abusing hundreds of female athletes over decades, including many Olympians. His actions led to a massive scandal that rocked the gymnastics community and led to widespread reforms within the sport's governing bodies. This was one of those things that kind of everyone knew about, but nobody wanted to be the first to say anything. Athletes' Tinder use. The 2016 Rio Olympics. What happened in Rio? Good God. During the 2016 Rio Olympics, Tinder usage among athletes in the Olympic Village reportedly surged by about 129%. The app was widely used by athletes to meet and hook up with each other, illustrating the social and sexual dynamics of the Olympic environment. Paula Radcliffe's expose, 2012 London Olympics. British long-distance runner Paula Radcliffe revealed that athletes often engage in sexual activity with each other during the Olympics, describing the Olympic Village as a celebratory atmosphere that led to many hookups and casual encounters. Also, despite being linked to several very well-known athletes from different countries, she refused to name names. I mean, you have people in the best shape of their life in that prime age for indiscreet sexual activity, and you're shocked that they hook up with each other? I don't get it. Well, that's it for today's episode. Hope you liked it. Feel free to please like and subscribe. Share the video if you can. Click on more of my videos to get some more weird in your day. And for those still watching, today's code word is gold. Put that down in the comments to poke fun at that silly every 2 year charade. Take care. Have a great day.